On the vast grasslands of the Serengeti, the first sunlight of the day spreads into a bright, golden layer across the plain. Beneath this calm appearance lies a dynamic world where the entire ecosystem operates under harsh rule. This is a land of continuous survival challenges, where speed, strength, and precision determine the boundary between life and death. The wild Serengeti is a place where the struggle for survival unfolds every day on the grasslands. Among the dry grass swaying in the wind, a slender body moves quickly in the golden light of the sun. It is the cheetah, the fastest land mammal on the planet. Its body is specialized for speed, with a lightweight skeleton, a flexible spine similar to a spring. The mother cheetah stops near her cubs that remain close to her. The young cubs, only a few weeks old, have silver-gray fur that blends into the dry grass and helps conceal their bodies from predators. They are still weak and require complete protection from their mother, who is the only source of security for the family. When the sun rises high and heat radiates from the ground, the Serengeti appears like a burning field. At the edge of a clearing, an impala stands alert with ears rotating constantly to capture signals. They are difficult prey that require precise timing. The mother cheetah lowers her body and her muscles tighten. Suddenly, it accelerates forward with the speed of a golden blur passing through the air. The entire chase ends within a few seconds. Silence returns, and only heavy breathing from the successful hunter remain. It immediately drags the prey to a concealed spot because every minute of delay increases the chance of losing the kill to scavengers nearby. The mother cheetah eats quickly and then calls the cubs. This meal is a valuable reward after many failed attempts which are common in speed-based hunting. After eating, the three cubs fall asleep under the sparse shade of an acacia tree. From the horizon, a disturbing sound rises, and it is the prolonged and harsh call of the spotted hyena. It is not a sound associated with joy, and it is a declaration of territory made by Crocuta crocuta. Unlike the common image of a scavenger, the spotted hyena is an endurance hunter with jaws that generate more than 1,000 pounds per square inch of pressure, which is strong enough to break the femur of an adult antelope. Its body is muscular, with a thick neck and a curved back caused by front legs that are longer than the hind legs, which allows stability and power during a chase. They live in tightly bonded matriarchal clans that can include up to 80 individuals. In this structure, the females lead the group, coordinate hunts, divide the food, and take advantage of every opportunity to take a carcass. With a highly developed sense of smell, they can detect the scent of meat from several miles away. For a solitary cheetah, this sound is a serious warning. The prey that required significant energy to capture can be taken away within moments. Not far away, a pack of African wild dogs known as Lycaon pictus has just brought down a young impala. They coordinate with precision and endurance, and they are considered the most successful predators in the Serengeti. The feeding begins, and sharp teeth quickly tear through the red meat. However, the harsh vocalization of the hyenas continues to carry over the noise. In the distance, several figures approach. Their curved backs and yellow eyes remain fixed on the carcass as if it belongs to them. Without rushing, the hyenas spread out and surround the area while producing threatening and provocative sound. The wild dogs growl, and their fur stands up as they recognize that the approaching rivals possess significant strength and determination. The jaws of the hyenas are capable of crushing bones, and their persistence allows them to overwhelm most opponents. They are not adversaries that can be underestimated. One hyena suddenly moves forward and pulls away a hanging piece of meat and escapes the defensive circle formed by the wild dog. The scene immediately becomes chaotic with growling, tearing sounds, barking, and hyena calls mixing into an intense wave of noise. Within only a few minutes, the numbers and pressure from the hyena clan force the wild dogs to retreat and leave the remaining food behind. The feeding rites shift instantly. In the Serengeti, the spotted hyena is a master opportunist. They possess enough boldness to challenge fast predators such as wild dogs, and they are even willing to confront lions, which are the most dominant felines on the plains. On the Serengeti Plains, the first seasonal rains signal the beginning of a new cycle and the start of one of the largest migrations on Earth. More than 1 million wildebeests move together with thousands of zebras and several species of gazelles. Each individual is driven by basic instincts that include moving, finding food, surviving, and reproducing. However, this massive journey is not simply movement, and it is a life and death test. Along the route, rivers become the most dangerous obstacles. Beneath the murky water, Nile crocodiles wait in complete stillness for the moment the herds step into the river. Even when the herds escape predators, they must face extreme heat, a lack of water, and increasing exhaustion each day. For the predators of the Serengeti, this is the most plentiful season of the year. Every fallen animal becomes a source of food for many species, including white birds circling above and dung beetles pushing small balls across the ground. Death supports life, and the cycle of the ecosystem continues because of these losses. Within this vast landscape, the mother cheetah and her cubs also move in rhythm with the migration. For the mother, the migration creates hunting opportunities away from the main herds. But it is also a dangerous time because predators appear everywhere. Amid the noise of thousands of hooves and the calls of predators, the Serengeti still provides moments of quiet. These quiet moments occur among animals that are rarely mentioned in survival stories, but they occupy an essential place in the greater picture of the grasslands. In addition to familiar predators, the Serengeti is home to several large herbivores. From the horizon, a herd of African elephants appears, and their steady steps leave deep marks in the dry soil. Leading the herd is an experienced female who uses her wide ears to cool herself, repel insects, and reduce heat. The young elephants move quickly within the protective circle of the adults. Among the tall grass, Cape buffalo, known as Cincerus kaffir, gather in large groups. Their curved horns and watchful eyes monitor every movement around them. The buffalo are known for unpredictable and aggressive behavior, and they are willing to confront any intruder, including lions. Farther away, giraffes, known as Giraffa camelopardalis, walk slowly, with long and smooth stride. Their long necks allow them to reach the acacia branches and select fresh leaves. The afternoon sunlight reflects on their patterned coats and makes the herd appear similar to moving golden shapes across the plain. Above them, flocks of greater flamingos known as Phenicopterus roseus fly in balanced formation. Around these large animals, many species of antelopes move in herds that range from small and agile individuals to larger and heavier ones. They graze across the grasslands and occasionally pause to monitor subtle changes in the environment. All of these species contribute to the living structure of the Serengeti, where every organism On the open Serengeti plains, the ostrich known as Struthio camelus walks with long and strong legs similar to powerful levers. They can reach speeds above 43 miles per hour, and each kick is strong enough to injure a predator that is not prepared. Their large, dark eyes with thick edges and long eyelashes allow them to detect danger from far away. Hidden beneath bushes is the black-backed jackal known as Canis massamlas, which observes silently. It is not as strong as a lion, and it is not as fast as a cheetah, but its adaptability allows it to survive harsh seasons. The jackal is an opportunistic hunter that feeds on rodents, insects, and leftover remains from larger predators. Around them, other small eyes also watch, and these include hares in the open areas, sparrows in the grass, and insects under rocks. All of them are important components in the delicate balance of the Serengeti because each species contributes to the overall functioning of the ecosystem. In the tall grass near the riverbank, a lion family rests under the shade of an ancient acacia tree. The cubs climb onto her back and roll onto the ground as they play. Not far away, an adult male lion lies resting. His golden mane surrounds his face, and his eyes remain half closed, while his ears stay upright to detect every sound from the plain. The lion, known as Panthera leo, is the only large feline species that lives in a structured social group. A lion pride usually includes several males, multiple females, and their offspring, which form a unified group for hunting and territorial defense. Within the pride, the lionesses are the primary hunters, and they perform coordinated ambushes and flanking attacks with high efficiency. As sunset lowers the temperature, the grazing animals become alert. The golden silhouettes of the lions move low through the grass, and their eyes focus on the zebras feeding in the open area. When the distance becomes close enough, a loud roar signals the attack. The zebra herd scatters in panic, but one individual fails to escape. Within seconds, 3 lionesses work together to bring the zebra down by using combined strength and precise coordination. Even the dominant males of the Serengeti do not exist alone. Male lions must constantly patrol their territory, confront rival coalitions, and occasionally face clans that challenge their control. However, when the sun sets and the golden light turns deep red, the pride receives its reward. This moment becomes a brief period of calm in the continuous cycle of life and death on the grassland. As the sun sets, the golden light gradually turns deep red and spreads across the grassland. The shadows of elephants, buffalo, giraffes, and antelopes stretch across the ground and blend with the wind, the calls of birds, and the heavy footsteps of the migrating herd. In the middle of this scene, the mother cheetah leads her 3 cubs across a small open space. After an entire day of hunting, avoiding predators, and guarding her cubs, she is tired, but her eyes remain focused, and her ears remain directed toward the sounds of the plain. In the Serengeti, every organism ranging from the large elephants to the dominant lions, and from the opportunistic hyenas to the small sparrows, contributes to a continuous cycle of life. The death of one individual supports the survival of many others and maintains the function of the ecosystem. Rain brings renewal, and the dry season becomes a severe test of endurance. A new day begins with chases, and the migrating herds continue to move, as they have done for thousands of years. On these expansive plains, the rules of life do not pause. No species, including the fastest or the strongest, exists outside this cycle. The Serengeti is not only a region full of life, but also evidence of the delicate balance of nature. From the smallest animals to the largest animal. Every species contributes to the complete functioning of this immense ecosystem. The cheetah requires open grasslands to reach maximum speed and depends on abundant antelope herds for raising its cub. Hyenas, wild dogs, and lions help regulate herbivore populations and prevent overgrowth of vegetation. Elephants clear pathways through dense grass, create water holes, and assist many species in accessing water. Even sparrows and insects play essential roles by pollinating plants, dispersing seeds, and keeping the environment clean. However, this balance is facing increasing threat. The expansion of agriculture, climate change, and the loss of habitat are placing the ancient life cycle of the Serengeti in danger. If one link in the chain disappears, the entire system can be affected, and the ecosystem may collapse. Protecting the Serengeti is not only about safeguarding iconic species such as cheetahs or lions. It is about protecting the entire network of life, where every wind movement, every drop of rain, and every living organism is connected. Every action made by humans, including reducing the demand for wildlife-based products, supporting conservation projects, and educating future generations, contributes to ensuring that the Serengeti continues its unending cycle of life.